wait, let me get the laugh something right.
This is funny. I'm not gonna lie. This is funny.
Oh man, that is fucking hilarious.
All right,
I
let's just
swear.
get right into it, man.
Let's just go ahead, man.
What's going on, guys? I'm Mosarie.
And this is Cryo Raps.
This is Artist Talk, the first official episode. I'm super excited to start this podcast. This originally stemmed from me and him just being on the phone all the time, mixing music and editing music videos on the phone with each other because we're just cool homies like that.
Of course.
And then we were like, yo, let's start going live on Facebook and Instagram twice a week while we do this because we feel like
people actually enjoy it. They already like us when we're on a song, so let's just give them something that's different.
You know what I'm saying? So we started going live twice a week. And, you know, that kind of, it didn't feel right. So we kind of died that off a little bit. And now here we are with the first official podcast. We got cameras, microphones.
Everything, man. Whole nine.
So I'm super excited about this.
I will say, I just got to say thank you, my G.
For sure, man. No doubt.
And for everybody that doesn't know, I'm just going to, the reason why I said thank you is because this took a while. Like, and I'm not just saying the podcast or anything else. Like, this took a while for us to actually have this type of relationship and be cool with each other, for us to get to this point to be comfortable. You know what I'm saying? And not coming off where it's like forced, you know? Because I remember like I said, we first met, bro. It was at a show. I didn't know who you were. And I think we were one of the few people that actually met up at the show beforehand or whatever. So, rock. But you were one of the you were one of the first people that like that I met, you know, because remember we had like that little meetup before the show, all the artists come. They were supposed to perform. We were sitting there, like you were one of the people that actually like, you know, voiced your opinion, and like so that everyone else was kind of like just like more mellowed out, and we were like, we gotta make sure this is on point. We were actually in tune with the show. You know what I'm saying? So it was it was really dope. That's all I gotta say. It was buttery dick. But yeah, all I gotta say is like it was dope. That's all I can say. It was a really good show. But like at the show, we were kind of like, yo, man, how you doing? I seen you, you know, whatever. And I think we were only the only few artists, actually the only two artists, maybe, that actually brought like more than like 10 people. To the show.
Yeah, no, that was that was still probably one of my better shows.
Yeah, no, for sure. Cause I don't know what it was, bro. It was, you know, I think it was. I wonder if it was because like it wasn't. I feel like that show didn't seem like it had as many artists like performing. Maybe it's just me, because I don't really remember anybody performing like that. I remember Kane Perez was there at that show. We were there. I remember he was there. So, but yeah, I think just besides that, I really don't remember anybody else that actually brought people, had some good music, and actually knew how to hold their own on stage and like actually have like, you know, actually be a quote unquote like a real definition of an MC.
I feel like
master of ceremony.
A lot of people, just because of how the, for lack of better terms, main industry, you know, mainstream, whatever it is, I feel like people, when they start making music and stuff like that, specifically rap, I feel like they think that it's gonna be easy.
Yeah.
And
because
then
I feel like that's rappers' fault, though. You think that's rappers' fault? Like artists' fault? Because think about it. If any, I'll give an example. Me and you started pretty much like, you know, everyone has their artist that they watched that said like, yo, they want like, you know, how can I put it? They inspired me to rap.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So I feel like once they see that and they see what their favorite rapper has and what they have, they think that if they do the exact same thing they did, or like do something similar, then that means they're going to get the same outcome. And I feel like once people know that, like, you know, not every artist's path is going to align or even match with someone else's path. So I feel like for the quote unquote thing you're saying that like people think it's easy, I feel like people just think if they just do the same thing that someone else is doing, it's going to work for them because that's their favorite artist. And that's not how that shit works at all.
I feel like it's a combination of that, and I feel like artists just they won't shit on themselves. And I know that maybe sound like maybe super Gary V-ish, but like I don't know, like
where they actually admit that they're not that good.
Yeah,
is that what
like
you mean?
Yeah, and especially in this new wave of era, like because like. And it might be a little different for us because, you know, we rap and we have our own studios and stuff like that. But, like, it's
for sure.
kind of popular right now for artists to kind of punch in. You know what I'm saying? And
Oh
a lot of
yeah,
artists
I
will
have been seeing
they
that a
say
lot
they
more.
even say, you know, it's all off the top. I only freestyle and stuff like that.
Yeah,
And I really think a big problem with that is because I'm not gonna say nobody, but I've had multiple people here who have said that they're gonna do that, that they're only gonna do that, that they only make music that way. And let's be real, not many like
people
let's
that are in the industry that actually can do that.
yeah,
I
like
can only think of like you can count them on a hand,
yeah,
on
not
both hands, or
like
even one hand.
let's be real, y'all. You need to write your raps.
Yes, write that shit down. First of all, write it down. Remember it.
Yes.
At least remember half of it, or at least remember the tone you want to.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Because if you just come out trying to fucking freestyle every 4 bars and make a fucking fantastic song like that,
yeah. And
good luck.
here's the part about it too. People don't understand. They think all they need is an hour, motherfucker. No, you don't. If you come to the studio just trying to freestyle off the top of the dome and you think you're only going to need an hour, no, my nigga, no, you're gonna need 2-3 hours minimum.
I mean, you might be able to do that if you've been freestyling in the car like the whole way there, driving around all day getting ready. But like, if you're just gonna like,
But most artists don't.
yeah, you know what I'm saying.
I'll put it to you like this: most artists do not come prepared to the studio. They don't. They just think you was go in there, talk shit, pop, bop. You know, like it's almost like certain artists, they glamorize the studio as they do somewhat of like a club, where it's like it's just going to be a fun experience. Music's going to be going, everyone's going to be vibing. It's like
I don't want to. I don't want it to sound like, you know,
everything's just so like strategic and corporate, but you have to come prepared. Like
there has to be like a little bit. There has to be a little bit of balance of it. If you're just like, you know, obviously you want to like be relaxed and have fun while you're in the studio and stuff like that. But you also want to like make a good song while you're there. Like, I promise I've never gotten anything done. Like, I've never completed and started one task in an hour. Not anything involving music.
Like, cause and it's weird too. You know, it gets even it gets kind of funny because some people will come to the studio, don't have a beat picked. You spend like 20 minutes picking a beat. Like, bro, you got 40 minutes to write raps and record it. You know what I'm saying? And then here's the part people don't understand, right? Another thing too. Most artists, they just think that as soon as they're done recording the song is just automatically done. Like it's just automatically done, like, as if there's no engineering, there's no mixing, mastering that goes into that. Like, bro, like the same amount of time it took you to record and pick the beat and all that will probably take the mixer or the engineer around that same time or even longer to make sure it's polished, because you don't want to get back some crappy shit and then you're gonna blame the engineer.
And I'm not trying to shit anybody, but like, I know several artists will go to a studio 9 o'clock, leave at 12, and up that same song tomorrow at noon. I would never.
Yeah, it's just.
I'm not.
And here's the thing too about it though. Here's the thing about it too. It's like also I understand where it comes from, but we have to remember too, like there is no like a certain rush to get it out. Like there's no like urgency.
Yeah.
Like it's no need for you to, create a song that night and then drop it that afternoon. Like there's no reason, unless you've been promoting this or this is like something that you do as like a marketing thing that like, or like that's like, if that's your thing and people know you for that, it's like, yo, new song dropping this time at noon. Just know too, I'm making the song the day before. Like, you know what I'm saying? If that's your thing,
you can tell.
Then it works.
You can tell. You can tell.
That's not how shit works.
You can tell when the artist does that.
No,
you can hear it.
You can, yes, because it's like, you know why? Because they try to rush through the fucking song, and they don't take their time. Now, granted, some songs come easier to make based on whatever the beat is or the emotion you're in, and also too, if you're able to harness that energy or that emotion that you had and actually be able to transfer it into words and say it in the microphone. That's a skill in and out of itself. But the fact that, like you said, you can tell when someone just rushed through a fucking song and they just put it out, which I've never done that, nor am I ever going to, because
I did one of the remixes I did.
But that's different though. It's a remix.
There was one remix I did. I forget which one it was. I've only done a couple of them, but one of the remixes I did, I decided I was gonna do it, wrote it, recorded it, shot the little video, and dropped it same day.
So here's it like.
But that's different. That's different. Like that was I did that intentionally, but I also did that intentionally. I was like that was like a, like I was like, yo, man,
A
I
one
just
time.
I just wrote, recorded, mixed, mastered, and
Done.
filmed myself, edited the video, and dropped that shit same day. Like
Yeah, like
that's a task.
yeah, no, for sure, because like which comes down to it, right? I feel like you said, the key word is a remix or like a quote unquote like a cover, because here's the thing. When it comes down to remixes, I feel like most of the time you don't have to put as much thought into like remixing like a popular song, because you already kind of have like an idea of what the vibe of the song already, like it's already out there.
Mm-hmm.
So if you want to, you can play off the energy or certain flows like off of that. If you want, it's something to play off of. You have like a preview, right? But it's like if you're starting from scratch when you just found a beat, or even if you make beats like that doesn't happen. That doesn't and I'm pretty sure there are artists that can go into a studio that will produce a beat, write it, record it, all that shit, but they won't release that song the same day. Like they'll put it aside and keep working until, you know what I'm saying? Like they don't just grab a song and then release, and then, you know what I'm saying? That's not how that shit works. And I'm sorry, but if you do that, I don't know if you're going to get anywhere in this industry. I'm gonna keep it a buck. Like and like I said, who am I to say
How
that?
many
I don't think that's gonna
So
be a thing.
me and you, we obviously both know how to record our own music,
Home studios.
and we know
Which
how
is
to.
needed.
If you want to talk about wearing hats, me and
Uh-huh.
you both know how to.
Yeah, I
We
do a lot
work
of
we
shit.
work quite a bit. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying? So
we understand.
I'm-
Which is required nowadays. By
that's
the
what
way.
I was gonna ask you is how many hats, how many different things do you think a rapper needs to be able to do? Like, let's say Joe Schmo or who the fuck ever, you know, decides
Lil
to be a
basket
rapper.
case.
Yeah, whatever. Little basket case. That's
Lil Bass. Hey, like I'm kidding.
Little basket decides to. You know what I'm saying? Whoever.
Yeah, go ahead.
What do you think he needs to? What do you think he needs to do aside from know how to
Just
make a
writing.
good song?
Yeah, and okay. If you have a home studio, obviously you're gonna need to know, besides writing and recording, you're gonna need to know how to mix and master.
So,
Off
you
rip.
do you think
Off rip.
that's what artists should do instead of like going to professional studios? Do you think?
I'm gonna tell you why. Okay, I'm gonna tell you why.
Yeah, go ahead.
I can only speak for myself, but for me, I think it depends on who the artist is that you were inspired by. That can be a thing, because if you're inspired by an artist that's like always in the studio and they have like they don't mix or anything shit like that, then you're gonna be compelled to want to be in that same scenery, because you think if you're in that same scenery as the artist that you look up to that's popping, that means you're gonna be in that same spot, or you're in the same type of environment that they're in, compared to me, with like, artists like, Hobson and shit like that, where they record in their room and they learn how to do that. Since that kind of made me want to, get into rapping a little bit, that's kind of what I wanted to do. And plus, like all the other artists that I was learning about at the time, they were like, yo, I record myself, you know what I'm saying? I mix and master. And to be honest, it's a lot of, and also to add this on too, I feel like you save more money by doing that in the long
You
run.
definitely say,
You save
but
way more
there's
money.
also like
There's different levels to home studios.
yeah,
but if
but
you're
like
starting
it
out,
doesn't even matter. I mean, like I've seen real nice home studios that sound bad, and ones that don't look so sweet sound good. You know
which
what I'm
is
saying?
why
So,
the craft, you have to study the craft.
but that's what I'm saying. Even okay, so like let's say in our example, Lil Basket decides today he wants to start making music, and let's say for just the sake of the conversation, he's already like halfway decent. Like
Okay.
he's
Yeah.
not the greatest, but you know what I'm saying. He's got a little something there already.
Yeah. He
So
has potential.
he goes out, he buys a laptop, whatever DAW,
Yeah.
Focusrite microphone, yada yada yada, and even if he spends the majority of his time watching YouTube tutorials and stuff like that, like you still gotta like learn everything, how to EQ, compress, how to get your delay right, how to incorporate reverb and stuff like yeah, you know what I'm saying? And
Yeah.
even still, if you don't have an ear for that, you can go through that whole process and still end up with shit that don't really sound that good just because you don't have that ear. So
Okay.
at what, you know what I'm saying? So I think
you can develop an ear over time, because
no,
I doubt I don't.
No,
I mean,
for sure, but the key word being over time. So I mean, day one for Lil Basket,
yeah. it's
How long do you
yeah,
think it would take him to get a good sounding song? Because I think it would take anybody at least a year to really
understanding it to that
understand
point.
everything, how to get everything properly
feel
balanced and shit like that. What
I
do you
f-
think?
okay, so I feel like a year is a good stand. Like it's good to, I'm glad you said a year. Here's the thing people don't understand: a year is not a long time for
Not
you
at
to
all.
be. It's not a long time. Like I'll give you an example, just for the year part. They say it takes, let's say, 10,000 hours or 10 years for you to, you know what I'm saying,
At
actually perfect.
3,000 hours?
Oh, that hard ass song. But like it's just like it takes time to develop any type of craft, especially when it comes down to you being creative. I feel like if it's like that, because here's the thing. I'll give you an example, right? So if little if someone
Go ahead, say it.
just got
Little basket.
little basket, if Lil Basket spent the same amount of time that a college student does trying to get a degree, it would like it would be a no brainer. He would obviously get better over time. Most people don't want to wait to develop or learn things, which is another thing too. Like, or you have to be a sponge, bro. Like in any type of profession you want to do, you're going to have to be at some point a sponge and soak up as much knowledge as you can. Now, say if you do know everything, you do know everything, still act a little dumb, a little fucking stupid. Because if you come off acting like you know everything and you understand shit, then that means you won't learn anything from anybody. Like, cause like a know-it-all doesn't want to mentor or help another know-it-all. That's not how anybody or anything works. So it's like, basically, you know what I'm saying. Like, I feel like a year for him to do that little basket, it wouldn't. It's not a long time. Cause I've been doing this shit for what, 4 or 5 years now, and it still feels like I'm just getting started. Cause like it's that moment you
One
get
hundred
where it's
percent. Because
like,
that's what I'm saying. I said a year, but the amount of time because the
yeah,
amount of time we've both been doing it, I think, and I'll still say,
hmm
shouts to you for showing me a lot of the things that you show me
shout out
involving
for you
measuring
showing me
that
how to
stuff.
use a fucking
But
camera
but but
properly.
but you know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
even still, with all of the knowledge between us,
hmm
I think over the past 6 to 9 months, our shit has really just become where it's really more listenable.
Yeah, for sure.
You know what I'm saying? Where it
Yeah.
doesn't have that like,
Yeah. Yeah. To where it sounds like something sounds off.
yeah,
Or like as far as
the
whether if it's
sound
like
goes.
flow, yeah, as far
Yeah,
as the tone of our voice, the quality of the song, just the
yeah.
overall packaging. Yes,
So
I do agree with
because
that.
that and that's a lot of years. You know
No,
what I'm saying?
here's the
And
thing.
then on
Like
top
it,
of all
it
that, I
is.
mean, like, man, like, and I know I can't. I know a lot of artists don't do this. I've always
Uh huh.
been I've always been very visual. Um, I think I have almost 25 music videos.
Yeah, I know.
20 fucking 5.
Yeah,
All
done by you.
done by me.
Yes.
All edited by me. I directed almost all of them, and if I didn't direct
hmm
them, I had a hand in directing it. You know what
Yeah,
I'm saying? So,
hundred
like,
percent.
that takes a lot. That's a lot of. That's a lot of. A lot. Let me.
So look,
A
so
lot.
so check this out though, right? I know this is like a no brainer, but imagine how much money you saved though from
That's what.
from doing
That
that.
was the point of me
Because
mentioning 25 music videos. If you go to, if you hire someone who's not, who's actually like a videographer and not like,
minimum you're spending $600.
you know, yeah, you know what I'm
Minimum.
saying, for like a
Minimum.
good music video.
Yeah. Minimum.
What's 25 times 600?
Like that's a lot of fucking
A
money.
lot of money.
Well, let me see. So if you take the 2 zeros, put them at the end.
If you want to do that,
That's you put the 0, put a 3 over there. That's what'd you say? 60,
25 times 600.
25. So 6, then 12, 24 something.
$1,500. No, I'm sorry, $15,000.
I'm fucking. Where the fuck? I said 24. I said 24,000.
I just didn't even
I was gonna say 2,400 to
recognize
be
that other.
honest.
No, $15,000 in music videos.
Why the fuck did I say 24? Oh, I didn't even carry the fucking.
You didn't carry it. Yeah, but yeah, Lil Basket would have to spend
Bro, fuck long division.
$15,000. That was multiplication.
I know.
But yeah, so if Lil Basket wants to shoot some decent videos and he does 25 videos, that's about $15,000, and that's not,
Thousand.
and that's it. that's just hoping you want your organic reach to get you
And
through
look,
you know
and
what I'm
here's the
saying?
thing, right? Here's the thing about it. Like that's $15,000 just on videos. That's not including the marketing that went
That's
behind
what I'm
it, any
saying.
of the planning. If you do cover art, you know what I'm saying? Like obviously the time, and especially if you take that money and then you also like if you don't have your own home studio, you're spending. If you're going to like a decent studio like at like an actual building, you're probably gonna spend minimum of $50 to $100 an hour at a big studio. If you go out to your homie's home studio, probably maybe get like anywhere between $10 an hour and maybe like 30, 40. You know what I'm saying? Like depending on what their rates are, but
Yeah.
but still, just you spending like look, basically, bro, $15,000 just for the example we gave, the 25 videos, $600 a pop. Bro, if you were to take that $15,000 and literally like if you were to have that saved, bro, you can probably get you a decent home studio for about 2 racks, right? You still got 13 left. If you want to get you a camera, you know what I'm
Do
saying?
you
That's
know
probably
what?
another
Do you
five.
know what? Like, and
Like,
I don't know. Like, I don't know if there's any like, who's all going to be exactly listening to this, especially this far into the pod. But
yeah, like for sure.
$2,000 scares a lot of artists.
Yeah, I feel like it only. Yeah, cause I'm not gonna lie, I still feel a
Some
little iffy
people
about two
like
racks.
that's. I mean, I mean, for one, $2,000 isn't nothing,
Yeah,
but for someone to just and then you got to sit there and learn it all. You know what I'm saying? That's a commitment that I don't think a lot of people at the
are
beginning,
ready to do.
and I think it's because they don't believe in themselves, honestly.
Yeah.
But I mean, that's a
Now
whole.
here's the thing. Now speaking, I can only speak for I said us, but we did that right, and I guarantee you the benefits that we have gained from doing it. Because I'll put it to you like this, right? $15,000. What to say just for the video aspect, right? If you just that $15,000, and let's say that's over the span of what like 4 years. Let's say 4 years, 25 videos to 4 years, right? Let's say that 15
That's
racks.
about what it is too.
Yeah. So 15 racks, right? 15 racks, or you can probably spend, like I said, and I'm just saying for the video, or you can spend $500, $500 for an actually good camera. You know what I'm
It's a
saying?
little more than five. I ain't gonna lie
Well,
to
well,
you,
well, well,
but
yeah. I mean, like I'm just saying, just for like
but
base
yeah, you
price.
know what I'm saying?
Base
Yeah,
price. If you want to, like I said, if you want to get like a new lens, let's just say minimum 1,000, right?
yeah.
$1,000. $1,000 for you to get a decent camera, and then you know what I'm saying. You may have some people that want to help. You know what I'm saying. You might even whatever the case may be. Like even if you shoot your own videos, tripod, do movements. If you learn that shit, right? $1,000. Let's say 1,000, 1,500 or whatever, right? You take that and you learn that over like 4 years. Like at some point, you're going to be a beast at it, or you just spend 15,000 come just for 4 years, just for paying someone else to do it. And
Yeah.
then let alone since like you said, since Little Basket is just starting out, his music's probably not that good to even have a cost like that or
Yeah.
have that type of budget. So you're spending 15 racks over 4 years for videos. That means you're probably not even really promoting it because you think I just spent this money on these videos. You probably had no money to promote the song, do any of the little minute things you have to do to make the song get out there and actually get new fans. So at the end of the day, just like I said, you take that little bit of home studio money, host some home studio stuff, buy that, get you a decent sized camera, and teach yourself. For a year to 4 years is not a lot, especially when you're
No,
just
not at
starting
all.
out. Because to be honest, it takes you about 2 years to actually get somewhat listenable. 2 years minimum to get somewhat listenable as like people to be fans.
That's
That
most. That's
4 year
that's most
mark,
people.
yeah,
That's most people.
yeah, you know what I'm saying? And like that 4 year mark, you're starting to be like people are like, okay, he got a little, he got some bops, and you're gaining some fans. So I feel like in that beginner stage to 4 years, bro, that is the most crucial shit. That's gonna really dictate if you're really gonna be able to keep this shit going. Because if you're not willing to learn anything, what's the point? Like, I mean, like, and most artists just think, yo, I can just go there, rap, make a good song, I'm gonna blow up. No, my nigga, that's not how that works. That is, you have your few 0.001% of artists that actually did that and popped off, but you don't hear from
I
them
think
anymore.
that just comes.
That shit pisses me off.
No, I mean, it does piss me off because it kind of
Cause
irritates
dog,
me,
like,
but I think that comes from a lack of understanding.
yeah,
And
and which it still dies down to there are certain popping artists that come off and make it seem like that this rap shit is just everything's just glamorous. And then here's the thing, bro, the part that's gonna mess them up even more is actually understanding the business side, contracts, like little small things like that, percentages, publishing, like my dog. Like there's a lot that goes into it, man. It's like I said, it is tiring, but the knowledge that you gain from it is priceless. Priceless, dog. Priceless money, dog. It's just It's just how it is. Like I don't really know where else to go with that. Like Lil Basket needs to get his learning up. He needs to read a book. Something, dog.
Lil Basket definitely needs to read a book.
Oh shit. Oh my god.
What do you think about artists that don't upload to their own platform as much?
Mm.
Like example, like I put my Smoke a Lot music video on Young Verse, but it's also streaming on all platforms, and the music video is on my channel.
Okay.
What do you think about artists that? And I've seen them do it where they like have a very low amount, and I know my 500 subscribers isn't a lot, but
compared to
a
the
low,
video,
you know what
the
I'm saying,
views
like
you get-
20, 30 subscribers on their own channel,
Mhm.
and they take their videos and just kind of put them like up on like poppin' YouTube channels and just trying to go off
something.
that. What do you think about artists? What do you think about that?
If you can't convert those people back to your platforms, it is a waste of time. If you can't convert, let's just say Lil Basket got his video.
Lil Basket.
Yeah, that's our guy now, Lil Basket. We'd have anyway. It was
Yeah.
Save Lil Basket. Upload this shit to, let's just say, World Star Hip Hop, right? Let's just say that, right? If he has no way or any idea of how to get those people that are watching those videos and commenting to come back to his channel for like other content, it's not going to work. It's just not going to work. That's the first thing. Number two, it goes back to us talking about this before on previous conversations, where it's like you have to build a foundation of something, because if your content is just on other people's pages and nothing is coming back to you, you're not gaining. Like I feel like at that point, you're losing money and you're losing time, and you know what I'm saying. You're losing everything.
Basically, it's a bad idea.
Yes, 100% terrible idea. Like I feel like the only time that works if you're like if like
You got to have some type of establishment on your own because if
most
the
bigger artists don't do that.
Yeah,
The only
I mean,
person that works for
I've seen some do it. I've seen
Lyrical Lemonade is really the only one that makes sense to me. That is it.
I mean, like I'm thinking, even if it's just a videographer. I mean, I see people do it locally too, but I'm thinking even just other platforms like I can't think of any of the YouTube channels right now. But I've seen like
I know what you're talking
Sound.
about.
There's
Yeah.
like Sound One. I've seen a handful of artists do it, but it's just
some
like
Detroit artists too. I've
if
seen
you
that.
don't, yeah, that too. But if you don't have your own platform, let's say out of 25 million, let's say them 800,000 really enjoyed the song and they want to go back and find you. If they have nowhere, if the main thing that you've done, and you know what I'm saying, you know how it is. Like when
Yeah.
you create something and you try to search it, you know what I'm saying. Like
And then it
example,
doesn't
when we
come
did
up.
Artist Talk, we couldn't even find our channel when we
just
originally made
because
it.
We have no. It's no.
You know what I'm saying? Because there's nothing there.
Of course.
So,
you have to build.
yeah.
that
So if 800,000
catalog.
people don't have nowhere to find you, then you only exist on that platform. Then you're not even gonna make any of the money. Like YouTube, that channel, whether it's World Star or a poppin' videographer or just like a
Whatever it is.
promotion, they're gonna make the money from that 25
promoting
million.
sounds, stuff like that. Yeah.
Yeah, they're gonna make that 25, like whatever YouTube
Because
pays
you're
out for
paying them
25
to
million.
get your song,
Yeah,
your video.
they're
on
gonna
there.
make a couple racks off your music.
Of course.
Like
Which is
25 million. You know what I'm saying? At
Yeah.
that statistic, like you're gonna make that. You know.
The only way they only make a little bit, or you can get some money off that, is if you have your your music business shit on lock, like your PRO, like your song trust, your sound exchange, shit like that, or even like the little copyright shit that they do, content ID. But most
But
artists
even
don't
still,
know that.
they'll still be the channel will still be getting that.
Yeah, well, no, yeah,
The
yeah,
bulk of it.
yeah,
You'll- like,
yeah.
there's a way for you to get some of it for sure.
Yeah, for sure. If we like get some of it, but like also too, like that channel is getting the fans pretty much. That
Yeah.
channel is getting
Yeah.
the likes, the dislikes, all those comments, and then the algorithm. It's a
Yep.
lot of shit that goes into it, bro. It's just and like I said, you just having an Instagram doesn't cut it anymore. Like you have to be at least active on at least two social media accounts. Cause like if you don't, like I said, bro, I just feel like I just never understood how people will make songs and all these things, but then when it comes down and in the songs and their name, they'll put it all platforms and all that, SoundCloud, all that shit. But like when it comes down to the actual video, they don't want to put it on their own channel. They'll put it somewhere else. Like dog, just like I don't know, man. Thank you guys for tuning in to a first edition of Artist Talk. I appreciate you guys, you know what I'm saying? Like, comment, subscribe, all that. You know what I'm saying? If you guys want to ask us any questions, hit us up in the comments or hit us up on either Facebook, Instagram, wherever the case may be.
Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Subscribe.
Oh,
Subscribe.
I forgot the notification bell. If you want to add that, but
subscribe,
I recommend you do.
Subscribe and then hit the notification bell.
100%. Because if you don't, you may be subscribed, but you might like the notification to see when the next video drops. And, I'm just saying, you probably should be updated on. You probably right.
Episode 2 will be coming
on that.
soon. Episode 2 will be coming soon.
Facts.
One more time, it's your boy Mosarie and
Cryo motherfucking raps.
And we'll see y'all soon.